It's not really high enough potency. So I would go with rum, like 151.
151 rum.
Yeah.
I'll just say, in my experience, when we taught this class, we would have a student that would come in every so often with his next tincture, and he tried every brandy under the sun, and it got worse and worse and worse. One day it was blackberry brandy, and the next week it would be orange brandy, and then but it wasn't a good extractor. It was really viscous, and so I just wanted to put that out there, that not all alcohol is great.
Would be good was because honey is a
Oh,
fat
absolutely.
soluble. So
Absolutely.
Cannabis dissolves in alcohols and fats. You can't dissolve it in water and get the medicine out of it that way unless you're making hash, which is a completely different process. It's not like it's different.
Jamie, I can't remember this. I'm just wondering, do you have a preference to making it with the alcohol versus glycerin?
I use vegetable glycerin. I think it's a cleaner medicine. It has less interactions with medicines. It doesn't affect any blood sugar levels. If you're working with different patients, cancer patients, things like that, you never know what medicines they're on. And some things might be thinning out their blood levels or thinning out their blood already. And if you're using an alcohol tincture, then they're going to be over thinned out, and then they might, if they get a cut, they may bleed, you know? So you want to be like really careful about things like that.
So, is there a difference as far as heating it? Because you say with glycerin you're actually heating it, but the alcohol is not.
You can still heat it with the alcohol, yeah. The thing with alcohol is if it's ventilated, you want to make sure you're not lighting things like that because it's flammable. Another thing is your potency will be increased because your alcohol is going to evaporate off, which means more medicine is going to be left in the alcohol.
So it's stronger.
Yeah, alcohol is a stronger medicine. Yeah, it does. But it also, like I was saying, it also extracts a lot more chlorophyll and other things too. So like, say you're not using organic weed or organic cannabis, it's going to extract all the solvents that you used and that were grown with that plant. Where, like I said, vegetable glycerin is a slightly safer, more gentle solvent.
So the same way you would heat it in glycerin, you would heat it with the other clear tube for 36 hours?
I keep the top on now always.
Okay.
I keep the top on, yeah. And I haven't really dabbled too much in this alcohol. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, and I don't know if you got one of these, but I have a bunch of different recipes and.
Did we put one of those on all the chairs, Jamie? Did we put one of those down on every chair?
Yeah, I did.
Jamie left some really great instructions for everybody.
Raise your hand, I'll give you one if you walked in late. The vegetable glycerin, yeah. The only difference between this and CG and PG. Yeah, when you use oil? Okay, so you have to use emulsifier. That's really what you need to do. Use lecithin. Yeah, you just use a little bit of lecithin, and what it's going to do is make it suspend it all the way through. You have to get it to 220 degrees when you're using lecithin for the cannabinoids to be encapsulated with lecithin. Are there any other questions? Yeah? So, I've never really seen a tincture go bad in 4 years. Cross-contamination is the one thing you're going to have to worry about. You use these little droppers. Another thing that I didn't go over that I probably should is once it gets from that point, I take it, I pour it into a ketchup squeeze bottle, and then I can fill these amber droppers without having to get it all over the place. Squeeze is nice and easy right in there. So then I seal them. I use a plastic seal around them. That's just because I'm trying to take all the precautions necessary. But like I said, I've never really seen one go bad. They found tinctures from hundreds and hundreds of years ago that are still good. If the levels go down, like I was explaining with the alcohol, your tincture is going to be stronger. It's because some of the alcohol is evaporating off, so you just want to be aware of that. Last year you took a drop and it didn't do much, and then this year you take a drop and it sets you on your butt from the evaporation. Might have had a cause for that. Don't lick the jars, don't lick the droppers, put it back in, cross contamination. People do it all the I make coconut oil, butter, anything, I stick it in a jar and I kind of set it, forget it, go about my business and come back every once in a while and check it.
With averages, how long would one of those bottles last?
So, it depends on how strong it is. It depends on the people's tolerance. This one bottle has 40 full droppers in it. When I make it, my tinctures with a gram, there's about 100 milligrams in here. And with that 100 milligrams, 4 full droppers equals 10 milligrams. So, and that's a standard unit. And with tincture, less is more. You only need 2 milligrams to start feeling the medicinal effects. You know, it's not going to give you a psychedelic or a psychoactive effect as much unless you're drinking like a quarter of the bottle because, you know, it's finding what it needs. This is a 1 ounce bottle. Yeah. Any other questions?
Jamie, you're not decarbing at all before you put it into the...
No, so funny question, funny answer to that is if you decarboxylate it first, you're going to start converting your cannabis. It goes THCA raw to activated, and then it goes from that into CBN. So you don't want to over-convert your THC into CBN. CBN is a cannabinoid that makes you sleepy.
But some people might need that because that's the tincture I would buy.
And that is definitely what some people might need. And there's different ways to make tinctures, and that's why I want everyone to go home and try and make it, and then tailor this recipe to how you see fit and how it will help you and your family. You know, that's really the best way.
If you make a cold tincture, how does it carboxylate? Like, how does it get
It
activated?
never will.
It never will.
It never will. If you're making a cold tincture, so you definitely want to consider decarboxylating on a cold alcohol tincture that you're going to spend 30
But
days
even
on.
with room temperature, it will still slowly convert. It just takes a long time, like I said.
It's actually kind of one of the only applications of cannabis where it would not see heat, like a cannabis joint is going to see some heat, a bowl, some heat. But a cold alcohol tincture is probably, right, one of the only
Yeah.
incarnations that has never been touched with heat yet. So it is not it isn't fully decarboxylated. And decarboxylation can increase your potency by 10%. But Jamie's going on with more cooking, so she's doing that process as well. But that's the one time you're never going to see heat on your product, so you might want to think about it. I would.
That's why I asked the question.
Yeah, I would. I start that way. We all do it different. Everyone's a different chef.
Yeah, and when I
do
teach
cold.
my alcohol classes, I do teach
Yeah.
decarboxylating first.
Yeah,
You decarboxylate it first in the oven at 220 degrees for 20 minutes.
nice.
Yeah, and then, and another thing that I just learned this. After 4 years, I'm still learning stuff. I always thought a tincture was done when it looked milky, cloudy, and you couldn't see your hand through it. I thought, hey, that must mean it's done, you know, and it seemed to always work when I did that. Now, when I started working with oils, and you would find when you were decarboxylating like hash oil, there's these bubbles that come out. These bubbles are the carboxyl molecules decarboxylating. And once the bubbles stop, you are done. You can see them in your tinctures. You can see all of the bubbles, so you know if it's activating. You know when it's done. So you can keep going, and like I said, I like raw THC. I think cold extractions are pretty good. With my digestive issues, cold, raw THC, cold tinctures are so nice for me. It really seems to help me, and it seems to help other patients too. I don't want to convert it all. I want some of that raw THC left over. What were you going to say?
Could you say a little bit more about the switch from the THC to the CBN? Like, what's the threshold? Is that a time thing or temperature?
It's the degradation of THC. It's a 10%
Yeah.
degradation. I was actually reading a great article the other day that said CBN is not actually a cannabinoid. It's the degradation of another
Yeah,
cannabinoid.
it just is degrading.
And
That's what it is. It's slowly degrading. So it's like, I don't really know much about the degradation about it. All I just know is that's what I've heard.
It's over time. It can be from light. It can be from heat. It's just simply the aging degradation of THC into CBN. That's the next stop on the line of cannabinoids. Although I did just read it's technically not a cannabinoid, but and CBG is the forerunner of all of them. So I guess it could be said about all of them. So.
I use the bubble bags. That's how I'll do it. And the little crystals get caught up in there. You just have to use a spoon and just keep like pulling it away from the strainer so it will fall through. So you just keep like taking a spoon and like, moving it around so it can get around. If you use heat, you don't have to strain it if you don't want to. I like to because I don't like any plant material. I don't like that grit that might be in your tongue. I don't like to feel like I just ate a piece of sand. It gets a little annoying sometimes when you're sitting there like, got that sand in my teeth. But I do strain out even when I use hash. Yeah, I make a Gatorade product and I use vegetable glycerin tinctures to medicate it. And when I do that, I use about a gram of hash in each bottle. So I end up making like 28 bottles and put in an ounce of hash at a time. And what you're left with your hash is, if you put in like an ounce, you'll be left over with about a half an ounce of the plant material that's not in your tincture. You have plant material, and you can then take that and get rid of it, or put it infuse it with coconut oil, or throw it in your brownies, or
So I did want to say it is getting on 10 past, and we're going to start setting up for the next demo. But Jamie is here both days this weekend. She is at the Honey Droplets Workshop and over at New England Grassroots, and she's actually heading to a panel
I am.
on extraction.
Yeah,
If you're interested in following her to the next. But that was awesome, Jamie. I really enjoyed that. Good job.